Hi everybody, welcome. For those of you who are cold, I'm sending you some of our heat. I went out at 2 a.m. this morning because Yellow Dog needed the toilet and it was glorious outside. I even considered staying outside, but I knew if I don't go back to bed I would be totally worthless today. So I did. At 6 o'clock, Yellow Dog came calling again. It was still lovely outside. I made myself tea and went back to my room to read and watch the news. At 7 o'clock, I went outside to feed the birds and water the plants on the veranda, and by the time I came back in, sweat was pouring down my face. It is so warm now that it is impossible to work outside. So we are all indoors. Dragon Man working on his literature for the English Olympiad in March. My daughter working on stock for the craft shop and gallery she wants to open one day. And I'm here doing what I do every day, making notes for our chat. So let's get into it. I have a serious gripe today, and my gripe is with Meghan Markle and any and every enabler of this disturbed woman. Where do I begin? Well, Meghan Markle wanted her show moved to a later date because of the fires in California, and Netflix allowed it and postponed it to the 4th of March. And I am steaming. Thank God I did not renew my subscription. So her cooking show was indeed allocated a time slot. So what is now going to replace her show in that particular time slot? Well, if I was an actor or presenter of a movie or program which was or is now going to replace her show, I would complain to Netflix, my agent, my union, and likely the press. Because if that time slot during the fires does not suit Meghan, why should it suit me? Why should I be treated as a stand-in or second best to Meghan Markle? Why should I be satisfied with less viewers? Honestly, just who does Meghan Markle think she is? That her show has to be postponed because her show is so important that the people of Los Angeles just have to see it. All of them, somehow, even if they have to borrow a television set or sit out in the street, watch it through a neighbor's window. Actually, I'm sure she's going to donate, say, 100 television sets, just so people can watch her show. She'll make them sign contracts, something like, you get a new TV set if you watch my show. I don't care whether you plug it into your arse if your home is not rebuilt yet, as long as you watch this life-altering show. It's like I can hear her thoughts. She's so full of it. No wonder she's not respected in Hollywood. Not only is she a bad actress, a bitch to work with, but in showbiz it is always a matter of the show must go on. I've never heard of an actress telling her agent or studio not to show her film or when to show it. I don't think I've ever heard of a producer ever telling his distribution agency and marketing agent not to release his film or series. But Meghan Markle thinks she's so special that she has to do it because of all the plebeians, including those who had just lost their homes and even those who lost family and friends, have to watch her show. Watch her toast bread, and scoop ice cream. The woman is insufferable, a klutz, a bull in a china shop, a bumbling, fumbling idiot. And Netflix are a bunch of idiots for allowing her to get her way. I'm actually more mad at them than I am at her. She is an overdramatic, plastic grifter. I'm now seriously beginning to wonder what Meghan has on Ted Sandos, or what dear Ted got along with his commander of the Order of the British Empire, or as we plebeians say, his CBE. Yes, guys, King Charles bestowed a CBE on dear Ted in 2024. Ted, who's only co-chief executive officer for Netflix. Yes, indeed, Greg Peters is the other guy. Why hasn't King Charles given him a CBE as well? Or why not give Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph, the founders of Netflix, CBEs? Well, did dear Ted's CBE come with a check, maybe? A check from Papa? No, the way she has been treated, regardless of her bad work and shitty personality, is just, I don't know, there's something just off, I think, out of the norm. And honestly, an American co-CEO receiving a CBE, really? The only one among other men who achieved far more than him. I mean, go read up on Reed Hastings and who he really is. His skill set, his education, for instance. So where's Reed Hastings' CBE? I mean, Ted Sandos wouldn't have had a job if it wasn't for Reed Hastings. Now, come on, guys, please tell me that you are not so naive to think there's no interference from King Charles. Okay, guys, I don't need to tell you that we are living in strange times. So seeing the man again in photographs made my hair in the back of my neck raise. Who am I talking about? Jose Andres is the man I'm talking about. Now look, I think he's doing a fantastic life-saving job, honestly, but there's something just off. He appears to be worming his way in everywhere. I cannot get that photograph of him and the second wannabe Trump assassin out of my mind, nor can I not forget that he had now also wormed his way into Earthshot, is part of the WEF. So why do I feel he's using his feeding scheme for other purposes? I don't know, maybe I'm just paranoid. Anyway, getting back to Meghan and her show, I'm told that it's all a load of hogwash, that the show had been postponed to spare feelings. I'm told the postponement is indeed twofold. Firstly, I'm told there are copyright claims against the show. So I'm told there are a few more cuts to be made, as the claims were made not against Meghan, but against Netflix. So Netflix cannot air the show right now. Secondly, Meghan is going to add something, apparently. Whether it is another episode or just preaching in between, I really do not know. But allegedly she will somehow bring these devastating fires into the show and talk about rebuilding. Okay? Now, I somehow believe this, and I think that explains the photographer, videographer they brought with them. But that is me. That is what I see, think, and feel. And before I end this segment, let me tell you this. I had an email from someone who was actually in the vicinity of the World Central Kitchen distribution area and who saw my video. She says, all in all, Harry and Meghan were there for about 45 minutes. They arrived, they chatted to some people, then went on to serve water and fruit for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then they took off with the mayor and his and their entourage, which included a photographer and 2 bodyguards. She says there was a 3rd man with them and she could not figure out what his particular role was. Maybe he was also a bodyguard, she doesn't know. A tall, biggish bloke who did not act like security or bodyguard, but more like a caretaker, minder, following Meghan very, very closely. Anyway, they went on their tour as rubbernecks, went traipsing all over other people's private lives. Then, coming back, they had that powwow which we saw the videos of. She says the reason why we only saw a couple of photographs of Meghan helping at the serving area is because the community reporter do not really know them and did not recognize them. Only when she and her photographer were made aware of their presence did they check their footage. Anyway, I'm sure the Sussex's photographer got all the footage they needed. She says after 15 minutes or so of hanging around, they left. She says she did not really look at the interactions, no interest, and had better things to do. Just knew about their comings and goings because they walked right past her almost each time. She says there were a few prize comments about Meghan in particular while they were on their rubbernecking tour. People were rather irritated by the fact that the black SUV blocked the street at one point, even though it was only for a minute or two. The people did not appreciate the show of privilege at the time. Oy vey, I don't know what to say anymore, really, I don't. Anyway, the 2 insignificant people are so low on my radar at the moment, although, I mean, it doesn't sound like it when you listen to me. But I promise you, back at the ranch, I'm really busy with loads of other things, both personally and for future videos. I'm a bit disappointed that my historic videos did not get a lot of attention, because I think to know and understand the royals, one has to know their history and where they come from. Even Lady C said so on a few occasions. She said that the lives and values of the royals and the gentry are so different from ours that what we sometimes consider scandalous is often almost normal behavior for them, like having affairs and mistresses and lovers, among other things. However, because I enjoy making those videos and I find it educational and insightful, I am going to do a few more. I don't know when, maybe once Dragon Man is back at school, which is actually happening tomorrow, but the first week or two is normally very hectic. Anyway, peoples, I'm off to the school to go and collect his handbooks for the year, so we'll continue our chats tomorrow. Please take care, and for my subscribers in California, Los Angeles and surrounding areas, my heart is so full and I'm really thinking about you. I know it is easier said than done, but please remain strong and take care of yourselves. Okay, until next time. Bye.